Jeff Gripper is Atlanta's first world karate champion. As a 23-year-old Marine, he began learning karate after getting hooked on Bruce Lee movies.
Well, it started out with the movies. I watched these Bruce Lee movies, and I saw the beauty in the movements and the control that these people had, and I felt that I could achieve that same type of control over my body. I took it so literally that when I went to bed, I dreamed about karate. When I woke up, I was still dreaming about karate. I would constantly try to put these movements in use. I remember when I used to go on forced marches with a pack on my back. I'd be walking down through the woods with my boots on, and I'd be kicking trees.
After leaving the Marines, Gripper enrolled at Ohio State University and became interested in full contact. When told he had to learn to box he did. Quickly compiling a record of knockouts, Gripper became the Ohio State Golden Gloves champion in 1977 and 1978. In 1979, at the age of 27, Gripper had his first full contact fight.
Left again, and Gripper up against the ropes. Joe continues to score hard.
Throwing hard shots, McLean can't really take a hard shot. Gripper's coming with a good solid left hook in this round, a good solid right hand.
Gripper looks into control. Looks like McLean's in trouble right now, Joe, up against the ropes. Gripper can sense it. He's going in for the kill.
Yeah, McLean trying to get off the ropes. Gripper controlling him. That's where his boxing skills are coming in. Just controlling the fight there. McLean, if he was smart, would just get himself out of there somehow. Almost ducked into a shin there.
Not much you can do right there, because Gripper, as long as he is punching, as long as he is throwing the punch, the referee will leave him up against the ropes. McLean staggers there. He's out, Joe. I think he's out on his feet. It's just a matter of time now for Gripper. Right. He's down in the corner. Jeff Gripper, the referee counting over him. Count goes to 4.
I think the pressure just got to be too much for him. He's out. He's out.
And the winner by a knockout, Joe, Jeff Gripper. A tremendous fight.
His former manager, PKA karate executive Joe Corley.
I would say Jeff Gripper was definitely ahead of his time. I think he was probably better than the sport was ready for him to be at that point in time. He was doing things in the gym, for example, in 1979 that many fighters still today are trying to work on and have not yet accomplished. He was able to put his hands and feet together extremely well. His timing, coordination, flexibility, mental attitude, everything combined was extremely good. It's just the real shame, of course, of that time was that there was just not enough good fights for Gripper to be part of, and so I would say he was a man ahead of his time.
Georgia Boxing Commissioner Asa Gordon.
Jeff Gripper was probably one of the best fighters I've ever trained. You would ask him to do a combination, you would show him, he would pick it up right away. And I never really saw Jeff fight a bad fight.
The rest is history. Gripper began compiling a record of full-contact karate wins in his quest for the PKA World Karate Championship.
And he's down. A right hand by Gripper.
I wanted to be the Southeastern welterweight title holder, and I won that. And then I started training for the United States welterweight title. I obtained that. And then I attained the World Welterweight Karate Championship. And it wasn't so much of just being the world champion. I knew I acquired a lot of knowledge, not only in fighting, but in life, and knowing that you can't just get something without working for it. And I felt that, I wanted to be able to share this knowledge with other people.
The new world champion, Jeff Gripper.
After 1981, there was glory, a title loss, and more glory. And then in 1983...
Morrissey's trying to tie him up. Another blast away right hand. Gripper trying to tee off on Morrissey now. Another right hand, and he's got him stunned right now. Joe, oh, that was a solid right. I don't think he knows where he is. And a round kick to the head. Jeff Gripper drops him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by knockout, 45 seconds of the third round, Jeff Gripper.
It was in 1983 that Gripper made the transition from full-time athlete to full-time businessman with his newly incorporated Powerhouse Productions. he quickly began compiling a list of knockouts in business and community service. Baseball great Hank Aaron.
Well, it was in 1982, of course, and Jeff took away from his precious time to have a fight and donate all the proceeds towards the statue. And if it had not been for that, I think we would have had some tremendous problems, you know, and so I will ever be grateful for Jeff for doing that. And the thing that I guess I like about Jeff is that he does so many other wonderful things in this city, and not only for the Hank Aaron statue, but now he's going to have a fight between the mayor and also himself, and all the proceeds are going towards the M.L. King Center. So I'm just grateful for all of the things that he's done.
In 1984, Gripper signed a contract with the Adolph Coors Company to provide self-defense awareness seminars for women and the elderly. Community Relations Field Manager Miranda Mack.
As a matter of fact, our seminars that Coors sponsored last year were so successful that we are now renewing the contract for a second consecutive year. This seminar has enabled us to reach an otherwise untapped market, and by that I mean the female consumers as well as the senior citizens. Normally this market is overlooked, but through this market and through the vehicle of Powerhouse Productions, we're able to reach this very important consumer. The people that have participated in the seminars have become so involved because of the high energy level of Jeff Gripper.
Coors Confidence seminar participants agree.
That's a great thing. We learned so much from him today.
And with children, Gripper excels.
My children, I love them. When I look at my children, I can see myself and remember that my parents believed in me. My parents was always there for me, and that is why I had so much confidence in myself, because I got it from my parents. And I feel I have an obligation to my children to be able to give them that same confidence so that they can go out and obtain any goal that they set for themselves. My wife Cheryl, she is my best friend. My family is my foundation. My family is like an anchor. You can be the world champion, you can be a millionaire, you can have anything in the world. And when you attain those things without a family, they're nothing.
He has serviced contracts with Fulton County Parks and Recreation and Total Equity Management to teach karate to children.
When I teach a child karate, I not only teach him the technique, but I also try to teach him that responsibility comes with those techniques. Those techniques, if they're taught right, can teach a child discipline at the same time.
It was his work at the Atlanta Cerebral Palsy Center that recently gave him recognition at the Peach of an Athlete Awards. Cerebral Palsy Center Director John Baird.
Jeff is an outstanding individual whom we've become very fond of here, as have the children. He has been seen to crawl around the room with a child on his back playing horsey. He has done all the things that the professional staff have recommended and suggested, but in addition he's brought something of the tender loving care of a male. Many of these children do not have a male in their life, and we have difficulty in hiring males to work in the special education field. So when a volunteer male like Jeff, who is very much male, shows up, we love him greatly, and when he has the attitude and when he has the desire and the pleasure he receives from this, it just makes an outstanding volunteer.
It was the spirit of volunteerism that found Jeff in a contest with Atlanta Mayor Andrew Young.
I'm looking forward to fighting Jeff Gripper in the fight for charity.
And on the nationally televised NBC television show Punky Brewster, Jeff was featured carrying Punky star Soleil Moon Frye in a national walk against drugs. Jeff Gripper, businessman, community servant, Atlanta's first world karate champion.